napipilitan ho kami. We are forced to come up with an explanation to the public simply because of the innuendos and the outright accusation of Gordon, the despot, regarding how he got hold of the things that we needed to fight COVID. Now, I'm happy that the lower house of Congress, the House of Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability hearing, the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability hearing of the House of Representatives initiated a congressional inquiry into the alleged misuse of funds of certain agencies for the government's COVID-19 response. That was the thing that was going in the minds of the people, so that it prompted us to come up with how it was bought and how the persons procured them, followed the law, and all of these things. Alam mo, we could not get a complete and a thorough answer from the Senate because it is presided over by a despot, Gordon, who does the talking. He cannot help but talk, and he interrupts the resource persons with questions and cutting them off and providing the answer, so that the answer of the resource person could never have been complete. Hindi kompleto kasi binabara niya, to the point that the witness appears to be following his theory na may corruption. Pabalik-balik ta rin niya eh. It does not allow any explanation, or this resource person would elaborate on how the different events of the transaction took place. Mabuti na lang ang House, and I was informed that the House conducted the hearing and allowed the witnesses to talk. Kasi si COA, ang chairman, doon sa Senate mismo, hindi makapagsalita ng diretso. Gordon cuts him. If the statement is favorable to yung person na inaakusahan niya, he is already in the inquest stage. He's no longer getting answers from resource person. Ang hanap ni Gordon, yung theory that would suit him. And it has become a inquest hearing, not a Senate hearing. And as if the resource persons, or some of them, not all, are already guilty. Kung magsalita naman ang COA, and even the chairman himself, kinakat ni Gordon. But in the House, as I was informed, everybody were given a chance. Those who were called to testify were able to complete their story, and it is a more sane inquiry because ang mga witnesses nakapagsalita ng kanilang totoong sagot. So, that the witness this morning was an inquiry devoid of rudeness, bias, and partiality perpetrated by Gordon. It was an investigation that was not conclusive and based on facts as provided by the resource person. Wala pa ang ano. The witnesses will be called. I think those who were already called in the Senate might be called by the House to testify again. So that is good because in the House, they will be given every chance to talk. It was fair, yung kanina daw, the witnesses were heard and allowed to explain. There was no badgering and no bullying. No one argued with the resource person. Wala si Gordon. Wala ang lower house, walang Gordon eh. Gordon is one of a kind. Kaya sabi ko, if the Filipino people nakikinig kayo, dump the guy, he's a fraud. This is how an inquiry should be, far from the witch hunt being undertaken by the Senate. You know, I'd like to address myself to the other senators. It might seem that we are egging for a fight with you. We are not. Ang problema dyan, yung Blue Ribbon, ang chairman, is a despot. He does not allow anybody to answer, and he cuts the testimony of even the COA. Nakinig man ako. Ano klaseng tao ito? And he talks and talks and talks. He cannot help but open his mouth. He is a pathological storyteller, si Gordon. And, well, just as I said, I would like to conduct this inquiry because we need to know the truth. And ganun lang yan siya. Pa-English. Yung English mo, hindi naman naintindihan ng lahat. Kung mag-English ka, Filipino na English, huwag yung English na slurred. Is slurred para kang lasing. So, what was established in the Congressional lower house, we go back to what I've been saying since the very start. And I will say this again for the benefit of those who cannot seem to comprehend and those who refuse to understand. I am addressing this statement to Gordon. There was no overpricing, which some senators are so desperately trying to establish. Everything was delivered. There was no ghost deliveries, as some senators are implying. Nakinig naman kayo sa COA, wala naman silang sinabi na overpricing. Wala naman sinabing ghost deliveries. But itong theories ng mga senador, yung iba, hindi lahat. Kaya sabi ko, we do not want to quarrel with you guys. But kung marindahan ninyo yan si Gordon, otherwise, we would come to a head. You know what I mean? Na kung makita ko na sumusobra na a power that is being used in a very abusive manner, I, as the head of the executive department, can also just ignore. I do not want to ignore the Senate. But kung ganun hindi ninyo si Gordon, talagang I said, it will come to a head and there will be trouble. Because, tawagin ninyo, paulit-ulit na naman. For example, like, sa bagay, na umpisahan na kasi, Secretary Duque, I would allow him to complete his story. Anyway, nakatestify naman siya sa House. Just to allow Gordon to show more of his stupidity. Kaya pabalik ko sila. Sabihin lang ninyo, just tell the plain truth. Kay Gordon, kung putol-putulin kayo, i-connect ninyo ulit. But at least sa House, you'd have a fair chance of getting your story being heard with courtesy and with no pathological legislator with bullying you to no end. There were no overpricing, which some senators are so desperately trying to establish. Yeah. Everything was delivered. There was no ghost deliveries, as some senators are also implying. I hope that the next time there's a statement like that, you better make clear kung may kasali kayo dito, kasi alam mo, may insultuhin ko kayo. Kaya mga bobo na walang nalaman kung hindi mag-grandstanding. Wala naman talaga kayong makuha. Even if we continue to hear this case until kingdom come, I do not think that you will get anything there except that you want to dance before the power of public opinion so that you'll be noticed and maybe try to impress the voters in this coming election that you're an intellectual, that you are a ghostbuster sa mga katiwalian sa gobyerno. Meron sa gobyerno, hindi magsabi, hindi wala. I would be lying if I say there is no corruption. In some other offices now, agencies, department, there are. But I'm making you this guarantee. Yung cabinet members ko, wala yan. Puro malinis yan. Ang mga senador, meron. Gordon is one. Pag I am ordering the Solgen, si Calida, to write Aguinaldo to write a letter and ask Aguinaldo to conduct immediately an audit dyan sa Red Cross na yan. Hinintay ko lang, the next step would be really be the letter to be delivered to the COA by Solicitor General Calida regarding my request to audit the Red Cross. And tignan mo si Calida, hear him now and try to come up with your opinion kay mga Filipino kung ano ang nangyayari sa hearing sa lower house.
Magandang umaga po, Mr. Chairman, and to the members of the committee. Ang masasabi ko lang po is wala po sa COA report ng PSDBM ang statement na may overpricing po. There's no statement to that. The observations related more to inventory management than overpricing. So hindi po tama na sabihin ang COA ang nagsabi na may overprice kasi wala pong sinabi yon doon sa report. Anyway, nandito po kami to be able to provide clarification to any of the questions the committee members may ask. Magandang umaga po.
Tama na yun. Ayun. Yun si COA. That was the chairman of the Commission on Audit. Sinabi niya, ano po bang gusto ninyo? Senators, I'm asking you. He said, I do not want a fight with you. But what else do you want? Yung Parmalin, yung Parmalin, bahala kayo. You can slaughter everybody there with whatever you want. Kami sa gobyerno, we ordered. There was delivery. Then we paid. Tapos na kami. Insofar as we are concerned, tapos na kami dyan sa ano. Yung Parmalin to inquire into the corporate identity of Sinabi na sa inyo, it was succinctly stated by Senator Villar. Sabi ni ma'am, ganun talaga, negosyante sila, they need materials. Ang andito lang yung mga intel lang yan. Gano, that is the way how the Chinese conduct the business. It is not like the foreign. Doon, word of honor lang yan. O, kailangan mo nito, sige, padala ka. May tao lang sila dito. But I said, that was the reason why I went to China. Yan si Michael Yang, hindi yan fugitive. Nagninegosyo nga yan. Malaki na ang negosyo niyan sa Davao. Has been there for 20 years. Kung anong business opportunity niya nila, yan sila, yung kasama niya sa Lincoln, maghanap ng negosyo at magkuha ng deal. Sa kanila, tatawag lang sila doon sa kung saan nila makuha. Natural, may magsabi na kumita, yung mga in-check, akala ko ba, tinawag natin sila to invest. At sino namang gago, in-check o Pilipino o Hapon, na magnegosyo ng talo? Naturalmente, meron talagang profit yan. Yan ang ipasok sa ulo ni Gordon. Anak ng katanda-tanda mo na eh. The circus started with some incomprehensible reason. The senator thought that there were irregularities in the COA audit report of the Department of Health. Many times, the DOH Secretary Duque said they were already addressing the deficiencies in the said COA audit report. That deficiencies pertain to some inventory matters of the supplies, hindi yung about the deficiency of pera. Pero alam mo na, there's a saying, men judge best when they condemn. Ang pinaka-ano ng tao, lalo na kung maghusga siya ng kasamaan ng kapwa niya tao. Men judge best when they condemn. Ganun yan, si Despot. Tapos sabi niya, may narinig pa ako, sabi niya na natatakot na ako. Sus Mariosep Gordon. Hindi mo ako matakot not in a million years. Hindi ako kawatan kagaya mo. Wala akong Red Cross na ginagatasan araw-araw. It's not my style. May mga ano ako sa buhay. Pero pera, 35 years ago, mag-40 years ako sa gobyerno. Magnakaw pa ako ngayon lang. Gago ka ba? Di noon pa. Ikaw, meron kang nakaparking dyan. Yan, pinarking mo yung milking ka, putang ina yung Red Cross na yan. Ito, let's check ka. Gago ka. Ngayon, gusto yung mga senador, if you take offense because of my statement, di bahala kayo. The next time na but gusto ko ito sila, Secretary Duque, pati si Secretary Galvez, to finish their story. Umpisahan na eh. Hindi naman pwede ito. Kung may tanong pa sila, they should go back there too. Pero, yung iba, and in the future, I'm sorry, I will be the one who will say, go to Congress to testify or to the Senate. Or, do not go to Congress. At sabihin mo, kinontempt ka, ako bahala. I will not allow anybody to arrest you. That is a guarantee. If that does not sit well with the senators, I'm sorry. You started this whole thing. It was not me.